Hare Krishna. Dandavad pranams. Please accept my respectful obeisances, kids. So let's start our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakhya Chakshurmitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sajana Raghunatham Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sajana Lalita Shri Vishakamitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namuste Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalparupascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Yasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatishe Nama Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanyaya Hitaya Cha Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashtati Shitarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I hope you all had a wonderful Jagannath Ratha Yatra and the return Rath Yatra festival too. So this is a festival where Lord Krishna is traveling from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. You know, he was missing Vrindavan so much. Once in a year, he comes out to see all the people, those who are not able to see him, who are not able to go into the temple. The Lord himself comes out to shower his unlimited mercy upon us. So today we'll start Krishna book series. So before we start that, this weekend I went to the Retreat Holy Name Festival by His Holiness Rompad Maharaj at ISKCON Chicago. I learned that we can understand Krishna, we can see Krishna and his name is non-different, right? So we can know Krishna. Krishna is a form and a holy name is a form, right? So it is hard to explain, because when we chant Hare Krishna mantra, we're actually connecting with Krishna. Krishna consciousness is all about building the relationship with Krishna, our lost relationship, eternal relationship with Krishna. And when we chant Krishna, means Krishna is here. Krishna, his holy name, Nama, Rupa, and Leela, right? So Rupa is a form, Leela is Krishna's pastimes, are all revealed when we recite this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with the conviction, with the full faith that Krishna is not different from his name. And when we chant Krishna, the lotus feet of Krishna is in the holy name. The form of Krishna is in the holy name. The pastimes of Krishna are revealed to us by chanting the holy name. So the whole retreat was so immense and was so deeper, understanding our relationship with Krishna. So before we chant, I request everyone do at least one round of japa, one round, which is 108 times, before you sleep or when you wake up, anytime during the day. Whenever we chant Hare Krishna mantra, we need to understand that we are having relationship with Krishna. That is the main goal. Yeah. So before I start the Krishna series, chapter 1, Advent of Krishna, we'll just hear a little synopsis from Srila Prabhupada, really quick. Second. Yes, let's see. Okay. So we can see that we have to hear about Krishna from the authority. Then only we will start believing in Krishna, and we will start believing that there's a world outside this place which is self-illuminating, the abode of the Supreme Lord is all beautiful, it's all enchanting. There's no birth, there's no death, there's no disease, there's no old age. Everyone is so happy over there. No one is running behind money, no one is running behind competition, no envy there. Everyone, the only object is to serve Radha and Krishna. It is so beautiful there. So, like, before you do japa, you can just close your eyes and just take a deep breath. And just before you chant, ask yourself, why are we doing this? Why are we chanting the Lord's name? We are chanting mainly to invoke and awaken our relationship with Krishna and awaken our spontaneous love for Krishna when we see him. And we can see him, we can hear him through his holy name. It's said in the literature that I've been, Maharaj is saying, we can know Krishna, we can, the Nama Rupa and Leela is revealed, our spiritual body form is revealed in the holy name. Everything is revealed in the holy name, not by the holy name, not through, it's within this holy name. It's like a code, it's like a magical code. And when you unravel it, when you remove it, you can, it's like the abode, spiritual world. Um, when we slowly deeper our understanding, our relationship with Krishna, we will know our spiritual form, our material body, our subtle body, which is the mind, the body that we cannot see, the subtle body, the covering of the soul will be dissolved, and we can experience, we can know our real identity, our real nature, our spiritual form, our spiritual mind, our spiritual senses, and serving the Lord in our unique relationship, which is very, very important. So before we chant, in these 5 minutes, we need to bring that focus in our heart, feel that Krishna is within our heart, and and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the motivation that you want to understand a real relationship with Krishna. Then slowly we can experience that love, spontaneous love for him. And also one more thing is reading Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Katha. So the first chapter is all about why Krishna came. Why did he appear? So long, long ago, this is like 5,000 years ago, which is like, you cannot count. It's like many decades ago. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, he comes millennium after millennium to establish dharma. Because Krishna has so many agents, he can send Durga Mata or Lord Shiva or Indra or Brahma, like any devata has the ability to kill the miscreants, but to establish dharma, to save devotees, to save his pure devotees, to relish, to regain the fallen souls, to remind us that our place is not here, our place is back home, back to Godhead, Goloka, Vrindavan. Krishna himself comes millennium after millennium. Once in a day of Brahma, he himself comes in his original form. Krishna means he's all attractive, so beautiful, so beautiful. Lord of love. Kamadev just faints by seeing the beauty of Krishna. He's so beautiful. And so once it was so bad that like 5,000 years ago, almost the end of Dwapar Yuga, it was getting like all demonic kings, are just ruling the earth. and Mother Earth was so tired. I'm like, it's a burden. See, actually, spiritual world is 3 times bigger than the material world. But in spiritual world, everyone, there's so much space, there's no burden. Everyone is like everyone is loving Krishna, serving Krishna. But in the material world, it's becoming burden because everyone wants to enjoy themselves. We want to enjoy our senses. We think that we are equal to Krishna. We think that we can become Krishna. We are independent of Krishna. The real independence is when we depend on Krishna. So, and that's where the demonic nature comes. We're influenced by 3 modes of nature. So Mother Earth was like crying, is like, I can't handle this. So she goes to Brahma, who is the creator of this universe, and she tells her agony, tells her problems. And Brahma was like, oh no. So he goes to Lord Vishnu. So it is said that in Shastras, and that in every universe, in this many universes are emanated from Lord Mahavishnu. So whenever there's a problem in each universe, Brahma goes to another planet, Svetadweep, where Lord Vishnu resides in this planet. He cannot directly approach him, but he can go and stand at the shore of Milk Ocean, like how we have ocean of water in this planet. Like that, in different planets, there are different liquids like milk, honey, oil, different types of oceans. So Lord Brahma went and, had that heart-to-heart connection. Purusha, all devatas, Lord Shiva, headed by Indra, all the Mukkoch, all 33 million devatas, demigods, come with Brahma to pacify the Lord, to help them from this demonic kings. So Krishna transmitted a message to Brahma through the medium of heart. So any living entity who is very pure and is very self-realized, Krishna reveals to them through the heart. We have so much noise in us, around us, that we cannot hear Krishna. But Brahma is so pure, he's very elevated soul. So he could hear the instructions of Krishna through his heart. And the Lord told him, all the demigods, go ahead and assist me in the pastimes. I myself will descend. So Brahma tells this message, to broadcast this message to all the devatas. And, so any living entity assisting the Lord, serving the Lord, is a devata. So devatas are always obeying the laws of Krishna. But demons are against the laws of Krishna. They want to be away from Krishna. They don't want to serve him. See, we need to understand one thing, that our nature is to serve. We either serve Maya or we serve Krishna. We either serve our senses. You see, many times in this material world, especially in US, many people, they serve their dogs. They have pets. They serve their children. But you cannot find happiness, you get attached to these material things. But we have only two options. We either serve Krishna or we come to this material world, which is the reflection of the spiritual world. We were eternally connected to Krishna, but we forgot. We wanted to be away from Krishna. So Krishna said, it's like when a child sees the moon, they say they want the moon, but the mother shows the mirror, and the reflection of the moon you can see. The child can see the reflection of the moon. Similarly, you can never be equal to Krishna. You can never be. The qualities we have from Krishna, but they're very minute. But the quantity, you can never become like Krishna. He's always existing. So he says, okay, well, I'll send you to the reflection world and try to do whatever you want. And when you're fed up, when you're tired, when you finally realize your eternal relationship with Krishna, then you can go back to him, to the spiritual world. So we'll continue this next week also. But yeah, So all the devatas are have decided to take birth in the different parts of the world before the Lord comes. So now we'll just see like an overview of this chapter, and I'll be sending a recording shortly of birth of Lord Krishna by His grace, Amarendra Prabhuji. So please have look at it. Please listen to it when you have time. Okay. Second.
Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Volume 1. Chapter 1. Advent of Lord Krishna. Once the world was overburdened by different kings, who were actually demons. The predominating deity of this earth, known as Bhumi, assumed the shape of a cow and presented herself before Lord Brahma. She related the calamitous position of the earth. Lord Brahma became much aggrieved. He at once started for the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Brahma personally sat in meditation. The message was, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, Krishna, personally appeared as the son of Vasudeva. Vasudeva, just after marrying Devaki, was going home on his chariot with his newly wedded wife. At that time, Kamsa, in order to please his sister Devaki, had voluntarily taken the reins of the horses of Vasudeva's chariot and was driving. When suddenly there was a miraculous sound vibrated from the sky, which announced to Kamsa, "Kamsa, you are such a fool. You are driving the chariot of your sister and your brother-in-law, but you do not know that the 8th child of this sister will kill you." Immediately after hearing the prophecy from the sky, he caught hold of Devaki's hair and was just about to kill her with his sword. Vasudeva said to Kamsa, "My dear brother-in-law, please consider that you have no danger from your sister. The danger is to come from the sons of your sister. There may or may not be sons in the future. Considering all this, you are safe for the present. If there are any sons born of her, I promise that I shall present all of them to you for necessary action." Kamsa was convinced by his argument. For the time being, he desisted from the heinous killing of his sister. After due course of time, Devaki gave birth to 8 children. When the first son was born, Vasudeva immediately brought the child before Kamsa. Kamsa, being compassionate upon him and pleased, began to speak as follows. "My dear Vasudeva, you need not present this child to me. I am not in any danger from this child. I have heard that the 8th child born of Devaki will kill me. Why should I accept this child unnecessarily? You can take him back." At that time, the great sage Narada came to Kamsa, anxious to accelerate the descent of Lord Krishna. Narada warned Kamsa to be careful of the friends and well-wishers and all the demigods taking birth in those families. Kamsa understood that since the demigods had already appeared, Lord Vishnu must be coming soon. He at once arrested both his brother-in-law Vasudeva and Devaki and put them behind prison bars. Within the prison, Devaki gave birth to a male child year after year, and Kamsa, thinking each of the babies to be the incarnation of Vishnu, killed them one after another. He was particularly afraid of the 8th child, but after the visit of Narada, he came to the conclusion that any child might be Krishna. Therefore, it was better to kill all the babies who took birth of Devaki. When Devaki became pregnant for the 7th time, a plenary expansion of Krishna known as Ananta appeared within her womb. At that time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, being compassionate upon the fearful condition of the Yadus, due to atrocities committed by Kamsa, ordered the appearance of his Yogamaya, or his internal potency. The Lord thus informed Yogamaya, under the imprisonment of Kamsa are Devaki and Vasudeva, and at the present moment, my plenary expansion, Sesha, is within the womb of Devaki. You can arrange the transfer of Sesha from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. After this arrangement, I am personally going to appear in the womb of Devaki with my full potencies. Then I shall appear as the son of Devaki and Vasudeva, and you shall appear as the daughter of Nanda and Yashoda in Vrindavan. When this was done, people understood that Devaki's 7th pregnancy was a miscarriage. Thus, although Balaram appeared as the son of Devaki, he was transferred to the womb of Rohini to appear as her son. Thus, the eternal form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead was transferred from the mind of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki, exactly as the setting sun's rays are transferred to the full moon rising in the east. In this way, Devaki became the residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is one without a second and the cause of all creation. Kamsa saw the transcendental beauty of his sister Devaki, and he at once concluded that the Supreme Personality of Godhead had taken shelter in her womb. Kamsa began to think, what is to be done with Devaki? Surely she has Vishnu or Krishna within her womb, so it is certain that Krishna has come to execute the mission of the demigods. And even if I immediately kill Devaki, his mission cannot be frustrated. Kamsa finally decided not to kill Devaki right away, but to wait for the inevitable future.
Hare Krishna. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of the week, and always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you so much.